All right, boys. I'm making a video that I kind of got inspired to make this video by another dude. I forget his name, man. Like Robert Elder Programming or something. He made this video that was pretty good. It was called like How to Become a 37-year-old Loser or something like that. I'm gonna put like a screenshot of it right here. I'm not gonna do links or whatever, but I liked the video. He was cool. I watched most of it, and he kind of one thing he talked about in that video that like inspired me to kind of make this one was the negatives of entrepreneurship. Like what, everybody, you only see the good stuff, no one talks about the bad stuff. And I might be guilty of that too, like I kind of don't tell you guys the negative. So I kind of want to not gild the lily and tell you guys why you should not do this, right? Like number one, results are not typical. Like results that I got are not fucking typical. Like even for me to get these results, you could have taken the same exact me, right? But put me doing residential plumbing service my whole life. And I'm the same guy, just as smart, just whatever. Odds are I don't come out like I did is because I made a bunch of connections. I made, there's a lot of politics in owning a business, like I got certain customers that I got to treat this way, certain ones I got to treat that way. It's not cut and dried, and then you have other people counting on you. So you can't just like I'm a fighter, boys. Like I'll tell you to fuck off in a fucking hurry. And at times with my company, I do tell my customers to fuck off, but it's not like I don't get to do it like the way I would really normally. I had to swallow my pride a fucking lot. Say some guy's being a dickhead and I want to tell him to kick rocks. Well, like that could end up affecting my employees, So that's a big part of it. Another reason is it's real volatile, Like if you don't have money behind you and like a lot of capital behind you, you don't know, like, like you don't have money behind you, right? You just got the revenue you're making and you got a bunch of guys counting on you depending on you for their pay, right? Because it's hard to make a shitload of money as like just a lone contractor, at least like the money that like I make, so you're not going to be as ballsy as you think you are. And when you are being ballsy, it's, you're putting everybody else at risk. You know what I mean? Like if you're the fucking Tony Romo gunslinger quarterback, just fucking throw it up, anything is possible pass. Well, like you got 11 other fucking, or 10 other dudes on that offense that you're just fucking letting down because you're being arrogant and cocky, right? It's like your fuck ups hurt everybody, right? And so as the owner of the company, your job, it's akin to being like a pilot, really, that's a better analogy, pilot of an airplane, because like you can't fuck up. If I fuck up at all, it's all over, all right? And I have no credit, no line of credit, no blah, 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 blah. Like, so if the bank account goes to zero, doors close up, boys. Fucking doors close up. So imagine what it's like whenever I've got, like right now, like according to my fucking AR, I have like close to $500,000 on the streets right now. It stays at about $500,000 on the streets, it honestly feels like. So imagine being owed $500,000, paying, up to 20 grand a week in payroll, and then not even your other expenses like fucking materials, gas, insurance, blah, all the other fucking shit, and you've got 35 grand in your account. You know what I mean? Imagine that fucking stress, because that's happened to me, and it's like, it's not like I'm broke, but it's like everybody's kind of waiting until the last minute to, that shit gets fucking hairy. And it is not fun. Like, I don't really talk about that on the video because it makes me feel like I'm not a good enough business owner. And like, I don't know. I think I tell you guys how risky it is, but I don't think I really convey how fucking risky this is. So like the next guy I hire, I'm going to like really kind of press on him like, yo, you're joining up with some cowboys. Like this shit could fucking end, homie. You know what I mean? Like you're taking a risk. So, that's a big negative. Here's another one. Okay. I make a lot of fucking money. Like ultimately it's fucking unreal how much money I make. Right. But I'm afraid to spend it. You can't really, cause it's not your money, it's the company's money, right? So like even when things are going well, which you are the company, right? Don't be confused, because in the eyes of the IRS, at the end of the year, any money in fucking Dyson Plumbing is money that Corey Dyson's got. I'm paying taxes on that shit, which is another reason why credit, this fucking drew that conclusion the other day that I needed credit So that way, towards the end of the year, I can burn all my fucking cash without having to pay fucking marginal tax rates on it and shit. And if I'm tight at the beginning of the year, use credit and obviously use my revenue to pay the credit off and make it nice and smooth. So, but that's a lot of stress to handle, and then you never really feel like you can use that money unless you do what I'm like moving to now, where it's going to a more modest salary, and I'm going to take quarterly owner's draws where I'm going to pull out just a certain amount of money every quarter. So, and honestly, I'm doing that as a selfish measure to like actually give myself, hey, every quarter, X amount of net profit you pull out for personal, put it into your personal account, which I think will be a good thing for me. And, most likely I'll end up taking more money out of the company like that than I do now. But anyway, it's hard to feel like it's your money, even though you have a shitload. You have a shitload, and it's like you own a money machine. But here's another negative of that. I guess everybody's different to a degree. Like, I do like the fact that I don't have to worry about money. That part's cool. That part is cool. The fact that, like, if my son wants to join a baseball team, I can go and spend, $1,000 on baseball equipment and a trainer or whatever, and it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fuck around at all. That's cool. And it almost makes everything worth it, honestly. But don't think that the money keeps motivating you, because, like, it really, like, I swear to God, and everybody's going to think I'm full of shit, but, like, I'm no happier with all the money and money not being an issue in my life. I'm no happier than I was before. And, like, I know it's like, you're like, oh, but just, you're not as stressed. And it's like, well, brother, like, you're always switching seats on the Titanic. You know what I mean? It's part of the human condition is to be stressed. It's part of the human condition, right? But whenever you own the business, you don't get to check out, right? Like, you don't get to pull a fucking, like, Andy Bernard, not my job, not my prob, I'm going to go to the warehouse and polish my knob. You don't get to do that shit no more. It is your job, no polishing the knob. That's why I do these videos, right? Because, like, I want to take a break from work, and the only way I can even take a break from work is to fucking talk to the fucking camera for a minute, right? Like, and that gives me, like, honestly, this is like unconscious stream of thought that I give you guys. It's completely unfiltered, and that gives me a chance to turn the fucking company off for a minute. But, so that said, it's a lot of risk. Odds are you won't do as well as I did. Like, even if you're smarter and better than me, I had a lot of connections and, like, made the right, there's a lot of luck involved. A lot of fucking luck involved. That's a big negative. Luck. You gotta get luck. I get lucky all the fucking time, but, like, I mean, I made my own luck to a degree, but, like, if I'm not in Texas and I'm in fucking trying to pull this shit off in fucking, broke dick shit lib fucking Oregon or Washington State or California, I might be fucked. They're like, you get into a highly fucking Democrat fucking area, and I don't care if you're Democrat, guys. If you're a Democrat, like, I don't give a fuck, right? I'm just telling you the facts. Like, it's going to be so regulated that a guy like me, I'm a high school dropout, right? And if, like, typical Democrat philosophy on governing is like Obama was a technocrat. Hillary Clinton is a technocrat. They believe that people with advanced degrees should be making decisions, and the plebeians should kind of just fucking go along with it, because if you leave it to us, we'll just pick to have ice cream for dinner every night and rot our teeth out. You know what I mean? They think we're children. And so, like, the more Democrat the government gets, the less autonomy and authority you're going to be able to get over your shit, so, but then a lot of the times in Republican states, it's only like fucking 3 of them or 4 of them, if you include fucking North Carolina, like, that are really banging, North Carolina, Tennessee, Florida, Texas. Other than that, it's fucking tough going, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm sure in, like, Mississippi, the regulations are low, but, like, you think how much industry is there and how much money is there for you to tie into? Not so much. It's going to be rough. So that's a big factor. Like, geography factors into entrepreneurship. Don't think you can put the show on the road and travel everywhere you want. It don't work like that. Maybe once you got a lot of money, you can do that shit. But, And then the other thing is if you don't reinvest, you ever heard you're either growing or dying on the vine? To a degree, it's true. It really, it's not like there's no always rules for business, right? Every industry is different, blah, blah, blah. different reasons for not. But typically, at least in my case, if I'm not expanding, if I'm not growing, I am dying on the vine, right? Because say I'm not trying to grow, well, one of my biggest customers starts to expand, right? And they have more work for me than I can handle. So either I'm going to have to start cutting off somebody else, or start being late, or having to work more overtime and cause guys to quit. Like, you have to be growing. And if you actually think about it, if you say, okay, nope, I like it here, I'm going to plateau. Well, you're either going to plateau until you start growing again or go down. I mean, at the end of the day, that is the case. So you have to kind of keep growing. You have to keep your foot on the gas. And like right now, I'm at like all-time stressful fucking moment in the company because I got cash. I got, like, my AR is really good. My AP is really low. But if I don't get more guys, I'm going to start losing customers. Or, like, I'm not going to be able to take, like, I don't want to get into that part of it. But that is part of this video. It's a fucking bitch. So, it's not always easy. And, like, I do think I've had, like, really dumb success that was, like, unpredictable. And I think everybody kind of likes my shit because, like, obviously I'm a back of the class guy, right? Like, I'm this guy in the fucking safety vest, right? That you'd fucking sneak off to go smoke joints with, and I fucking, you know, I'm one of the real ones, and so I think people like that. But you got to understand that there's a lot of luck, there was a lot of connections, a lot of right place at the right time, and it could have been exactly me in a different situation that fucking closed the doors up in 3 fucking months, right? You know what I mean? And it's really easy. And even now, right? Like, I can be very successful, and in 3 months I might close the fucking doors up and have to fucking, all my friends and family that work for me have to fucking let them down. So, don't take it lightly, fuckers. See y'all later.